Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Specialized Center for Professional Training of Teachers marks the graduation of its first batch. And missiles fired by Israeli warplanes strike a warehouse at Damascus International Airport. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in detail. A ceremony was held by the Specialized Center for Professional Training of Teachers for the graduation of more than 1,800 graduates. It was presided over by His Excellency Saeed Khalid bin Halal Al Busaidi, Minister of D1 of the Royal Court. Our reporter Salah bin Khalfan Al Rabi has more details.
More than 1,800 graduates made the first batch from the Specialized Center for Professional Training of Teachers. The graduates completed a number of years studying in programs designed with the leading universities around the world to enable them take the lead of development in their school communities.
It has been a pleasure to be in this center because it has the role of developing the skills of all the teachers, the supervisors, and I think it will be very beneficial for everybody, especially the new teachers as well as the supervisors.
Absolutely, this program is a chance to show that we are different, we're developing, and in order to develop the way the teaching goes in the classrooms. Sure, there is an impact on the learners in the classroom. If not now, it's in the future, absolutely.
It gave me the idea that, I can achieve a lot in the field of education. I think positively about, my teaching. It also added to me, the way that a lot of ideas to think critically about my teaching, creative way of teaching, also how to involve technology, in my teaching, especially, this generation, and they use technology a lot, and they like technology. That's why, they gave me a lot of ideas, a lot of programs to implement in my teaching practices.
The graduates went through training programs tailored to qualified teachers and educators, develop pride in their work, and to have high level of skills, self-confidence and motivation among them. The programs as well catered for enhancing the status of teaching profession among teachers.
One of the unforgettable moments in life. I think all of the graduates are waiting eagerly for the moments of graduation. And they worked for a long time, they work hardly, so they deserve that.
This experience added a lot of things to me. For example, it added new techniques and new strategies to teach my students. And also it was about cooperative learning environment that I can apply to my students in the class and also outside the class, outside the classroom. So it was wonderful, and it was the best program that I have ever entered.
The Specialized Center for Professional Training of Teachers aims to enhance the academic performance and the educational skills of the participants and develop a critical mass of motivated and committed teachers to drive development across all schools. The graduates today are equipped with the best teaching methods with international standards to contribute to the development of the educational process in the Sultanate. From Sultan Qaboos University, Salah bin Khalfan Al Rahbi, Muscat.
A ceremony was held by the citizens of the Niyaba of Barakat Al-Muz in the Wilayah of Nizwa in the Governorate of Dakhliya for the opening of the public Majlis of the Niyaba. The Majlis, or public hall, was designed as per the traditional architecture of Oman and the old and archaeological houses in the Wilayah of Nizwa. It was built to serve social, cultural and religious aspects for the community of the Niyaba. The inauguration ceremony was held under the auspice of His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Numani, Minister of the Royal Office. In the Wilayah of Nakal in the Governorate of South Batna, a ceremony was held for the opening of the public Majlis of Nakal. The ceremony included the recitation of a number of poems and the performance of Raza art. The building was ornamented with different Omani decorations. The inauguration ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Nasser bin Hamoud Al Kindi, Secretary General of Court Affairs. Still to come on a news bulletin. Date palm tree pollination season started in the Sultanate. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Missiles fired by Israeli warplanes struck a warehouse at Damascus International Airport late yesterday, causing damage but no casualties. A Syrian military official said an Israeli aircraft coming from the south fired several missiles at areas near Damascus about 45 minutes before midnight. He said Syrian air defense units shot down most of the missiles. The airstrikes targeted an area near the airport, while others hit the area of Kiswa. It was the first airstrike on the Damascus area this year, since Israeli warplanes struck areas near the capital on Christmas Day. In last month's incident, Israeli aircraft missiles hit an arms deposit and wounded 3 soldiers. U.S. federal employees in North Carolina took their anger to the streets, holding banners and chanting "No paychecks, no peace," demonstrating yesterday. Paychecks with zeros on them began reaching federal workers, becoming the most tangible and painful sign yet of a 3-week government shutdown that has paralyzed Washington and was all but assured to become the longest in U.S. history. Meanwhile, Miami International Airport is closing a terminal this weekend because Transport Security Administration's security screeners have been calling out sick at twice the normal rate. Its closure means restaurant and shops that depend on departing flights will also close. An Afghan official said at least 5 security forces have been killed after their checkpoint came under attack by insurgents in southern Kandahar province. Officials said 2 other policemen were wounded in today's attack in Spinbolduk district. Several Taliban insurgents were killed and 6 others were wounded in the fighting. Taliban claimed responsibility for the attack. The violence comes despite stepped-up efforts by the United States to find a negotiated end to the country's 17-year war. Workers in southern Germany are using a break in the weather to try and clear heavy loads of snow from roofs and roads. Heavy snow has paralyzed parts of Europe in recent days, cutting off mountain villages, disrupting transport, and triggering avalanches. In all, at least 21 weather-related deaths have been reported across the continent in the last 10 days. More snow and rain was expected from today in southern Germany. Bavarian Governor Markus Söder said after attending a meeting of rescue services south of Munich that some 5,000 people were involved in responding to the situation in his state. Back to some more local news. The ceremony was organized by Dhofar University on the occasion of attaining institutional accreditation from Oman Academic Accreditation Authority. The celebration was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Sarmi, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Higher Education. The university was the first to receive the institutional accreditation, which focused on quality, effectiveness of activities, and quality assurance. The ceremony included a speech delivered by the Vice-Chancellor of the university and a traditional art show. At the end of the ceremony, the institutional accreditation certificate was handed over to the university. The Consumer Price Index pointed out that the inflation rate in the Sultanate increased by 0.75% in December 2018, compared to the corresponding month in 2017. According to the latest statistics published by the National Centre for Statistics and Information, it also pointed out that the inflation rate decreased by 0.29% compared to November 2018. The annual inflation rate for 2018 registered an increase by 0.88% compared to the annual inflation rate in 2017. The price index increase in December 2018 compared to December 2017 is attributed to the increase in the key groups such as the housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels group by 0.59%, Transport Group by 3.43%, Hotels and Restaurant Group by 0.48%, Commodities and Miscellaneous Services Groups by 1.42%, Education Group by 2.02%, Culture and Entertainment Group by 0.09%. The number of usufruct agreements signed in 2018 increased to 70. The agreements covered a number of sectors such as industrial, residential and commercial, logistics, tourism and fisheries activities. The number of companies registered at the Commercial Register of the Special Economic Zone in Duqm increased to 186 companies, an increase by 17 companies compared to 2017, according to a recent report published by the Investors Service Division. As for the infrastructure, 90% of the port-related projects protection works, the dams, the discharge channels, road and others have been already completed, and that by the end of 2019, the infrastructure will be completed. The date palm tree pollination season started in the Sultanate at the advent of this month. It started with Nagal tree, which is widely cultivated in the area. The pollination process of date palm trees started with cleaning the tree and removing all dry fronds. Then the farmers put pollens in the middle of the palm tree as per its needs. The male date palm tree from which pollens are collected vary as per its quality. Nagal is the first type of date palm tree that bears fruit in some wilayas of the Sultanate. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Specialized Center for Professional Training of Teachers marks the graduation of its first batch. And missiles fired by Israeli warplanes strike a warehouse at Damascus International Airport. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsrooms and the studio, it's good night.